Hey, good afternoon. How y'all doing? It is well, Red Beard. It is a damn fine day to talk about a book. And today we are here for a book review. We're going to talk about The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. I just recently read this, and to be honest with you, I did it in audio. Again, I do a lot of classics at the end of a month because I run out of audiobook credits, and my platform Everend has free classics, right? So I had Huckleberry Finn and The Jungle by Upton Sinclair sitting here, but it was like the very last day, like the month was about over. I didn't know that Metamorphosis was as short as it is. I apologize for the dog barking, but that's just a fact of life around here. Um, it's only 41 pages long. Now, the book is much thicker. I didn't read the entire book. I read the story because that's what I'm here for. But it's a 41 page short story about a man that wakes up one day. He lives with his parents still, so he's young. He's a young professional. He has a job, but he can't go because he's woken up, and he is metamorphosized into a giant insect. And so that's the gist. I mean, he can't move around like he used to be able to. He can't consume, food sustenance like he used to. So he is on this path of spiraling. Now to what I won't tell you, but his family at the same time is trying to figure out how to deal with this new version of their son or brother. And each one of them, again, three members of the family, kind of mentally handle it a different way. And so, yeah, it's kind of wild. I mean, for me, it was a nice little intersection of horror and classic. I mean, this is a classic, well thought of story. It's not like it doesn't scream horror like a Frankenstein or a Dracula or whatever, but I didn't know anything about it. So when I got into it and realized it's kind of, hey, a tale of horror, a tale of insect horror, a tale of a guy turning into something else. Which, I mean, that's basically a major horror trope, right? Or at least in my opinion. So I dug it. I mean, I was probably low 3 stars. I mean, it didn't blow my mind, but again, it's 41 pages. It's easy to consume. It's not like, even though it was written in 1915, it's not like the language is overbearing or hard to understand. In audio, I think it was like an hour and 40 minutes. And so I actually, again, didn't realize that it was as short as it was. I just, started the audio book one night and finished it that night because I was, doing chores and whatnot. So anyway, get a little bit of synopsis. I mean, I'm not going to go much more into it because it is a 41-page story, and I can't tell you how it ends. Um, but I'll give you a little bit more synopsis, and we'll just close it out. So, as Gregor Samsa awoke one morning from uneasy dreams, he found himself transformed in his bed into a gigantic insect. He was laying on his hard, as it were, armor plated back, and when he lifted his head a little, he could see his dome like brown belly divided into stiff, arched segments, on top of which the bed quilt could hardly keep in position and was about to slide off completely. His numerous legs, which were pitifully thin compared to the rest of his bulk, waved helplessly before his eyes. That was kind of an oddly written paragraph. With its startling, bizarre, yet surprisingly funny first opening, Kafka begins his masterpiece, The Metamorphosis. It is the story of a young man who transformed overnight into a gigantic beetle like insect. It becomes an object of disgrace to his family, an outsider in his own home, a quintessentially alienated man. A harrowing, though absurdly comic, meditation on human feelings of inadequacy, guilt, isolation. The Metamorphosis has taken its place as one of the most widely read and influential works of the 20th century fiction. As W.H. Auden wrote, Kafka is important to us because his predicament is the predicament of modern man. So, a lot of people way smarter than me are going to take this 41-page story and break it out into all these other things. So to me, it's a story. But they talked about alienation. Yeah, sure. Dealing with isolation and guilt and these ideas of inadequacy. I read somewhere, and now I can't find it, or I could probably find it, but I'm not going to go into it. But there's even a racial element, like a racism towards Jews element to this book. I'm not sure where I caught that, but if you've made it this far, please forgive me because I don't have the information to kind of expand on that. But that's kind of what I found like funny. And I know that people have done that with a lot of classics, but it's a 41-page story, people. We don't need 200 pages of criticism and subtext and all that. But anyway, if you've read it, I would love to know what you think about it down below. I told you this one would be short. This is The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. It's a horror story. Guy turns into an insect. His family's left to deal with that. He degrades over 41 pages. It's a horror story. The Metamorphosis, Franz Kafka. This is Well Red Beard. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying all your books, all of them, as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.